Hi everybody, my name is Bill Hoy. I have a YouTube channel. What on earth is going on one? Today I'll be talking about weather modification programs, climate engineering, things like solar radiation management, or what's termed as geoengineering. I've been studying this for a couple years, and from what I see, this is a very dire issue. I think this may be this meaning climate engineering, weather modification, may be the greatest threat to our existence of all terrestrial species existence here on Earth, and I think that's a lot. That says a lot due to all the human-caused damage to this planet, like deforestation, fossil fuel burning. At the rate we're burning fossil fuels, extraction, the whole nine, fracking, nuclear power, the proliferation of nuclear weapons. I don't know if any of you know, but the continued making of nuclear weapons causes a great amount of waste. And I'll tell you about the amount of waste produced from making these weapons. Waste that there's no way to dispose of it, no good place to dispose of it. I don't know, I thought I heard some statistic where the United States has enough nuclear weapons to destroy the world. I think you can, don't believe anything I say, folks. Look it up. That's the main part of this. Don't believe anything I say. Always investigate. The United States has enough nuclear weapons to destroy the world 12,000 times over, as if once isn't enough. Once isn't enough. We need 12,000. Fukushima, still going on in Japan. For those of you who don't know about Fukushima, that was a nuclear power plant that was damaged in a 2011 earthquake. I think there were 2 full meltdowns and 1 partial meltdown, total of 4 reactors. 2 reactors have completely melted down, burrowed under the ground. There's 300,000 gallons of nuclear wastewater being dumped into the Pacific Ocean every day. I think, don't believe me, look it up once again. I think I heard that there's 1,000 mile by 1,000 mile dead zone currently. Once again, folks, every day, 300,000 gallons of nuclear wastewater being dumped into the Pacific Ocean since 2011. Great. Continuing on with human damage, I talked about deforestation, the paving of the planet, resource depletion, consumption. So saying that weather modification programs are having a devastating effect on this planet, it's really saying a lot. It's really saying a lot. So, where can I start? Weather modification programs have been going on. Really, the study in them, you could trace it back to official documents to the 40s. Project Cirrus, Project Storm Fury. In the 60s with Project Popeye. Project Skyfire also was back there in the 40s. 40s and 50s. There's an article in Collier's Magazine about where it completely talks about solar radiation management, which is injecting particles, metal particles like aluminum into the atmosphere to reflect sunlight to cool the planet. And apparently it's from Collier's Magazine. It seems like in the Collier's Magazine, I think it was Air Force General or something that commented that said we have the technology now. I'm not 100% sure of that. I haven't looked at that magazine article in a while, but once again, I urge you to investigate. let's see, one of the most comprehensive websites to investigate this information, which can lead you in many different directions, is geoengineeringwatch.org. That's a good one. So, like I said, folks, these programs, maybe, like, sure, many of you have heard the layman's terms chemtrails. That's that's just kind of like a slang. It's kind of like a slang term. These programs, when you look up things like solar radiation management, stratospheric aerosol injection, stuff like that, you'll start to get some good information. Start to get much better information. You'll start to get you'll see you could find documentation. There's several documents. There's a 2013 geoengineering governance document. There's also video of a November 8th, 2017 Senate hearing on the deployment of geoengineering. Once again, talking about it as a proposal. So, how can I best? What do I want to talk about? Well, here's what I'm going to start to talk about here. If you don't want to believe that these individuals have the ability to modify the weather, you got to look into it. You have to. If you have children, their future rests on this. You have children, you have to look into this. I feel, based on the information I've seen, that they're absolutely manipulating the weather. Absolutely. Absolutely. Consequences very dire. Very dire consequences. Very dire consequences, folks. Just recently, we went from 56 degrees at 12 noon to at 6 a.m. 9 degrees. And then, now, a couple days later, we're back up to almost 60 degrees at midnight last night. I mean, how can anyone think that's normal? I mean, even if you're not interested in, I don't want to believe in climate engineering, I don't want to deal with that. How can people just look at that and just say, there's nothing wrong? No, folks, there's something majorly wrong. How many of you in your 40s and 50s remember when you were kids, the weather going from 56 to 9 in a matter of hours? 70 degrees to 30 degrees in snow in 12 hours. Come on, man. In the so-called wintertime. Come on, man. Come on, man. I understand that it's very difficult to fathom the fact that these individuals can control the weather, but I'm telling you, if you start to look into this, you'll see that this is 100 years old, even more. Humans attempting to manipulate the weather. Hold on 1 second, please. Get down. Get down. It's my cat. Humans have been attempting to manipulate the weather for a long time. And there's a patented process of chemical ice nucleation. You look it up. Look it up on Google, or I don't know, Google might have censored that. Try to look it up online, Bing search, chemical ice nucleation. It's a chemical process where they can turn water to ice at as high as like 45 degrees. Anybody ever notice that it snows at like 45 degrees now, 42, 40 degrees, and it's snowing? Anybody think that's normal? Something's very wrong, folks. And just because they're not talking about it in mainstream media doesn't mean it's happening. Not happening. Once again, I'll be back with more videos. I want you to just think about how bizarre that is with these temperature swings. And even if you don't, I don't want to believe climate engineering. Something's wrong, isn't it? Oh, it's just climate change. Let me tell you something. We're not facing a climate change, folks. We're not facing global warming or climate change or is it human cause? Is it not human cause? What we're facing is a total, complete, systemic breakdown of all life support systems. All life support systems. The ozone layer, the ice, the oceans, the soils, the air column. We're facing a total systemic breakdown of all life support systems. And folks, Trump's not going to do anything about it. And neither is Obama, neither is Hillary Clinton, neither is whoever else is up there. They're not going to do anything about it. Bernie Sanders, folks, we are who we've been waiting for. We have to investigate into this. We have to look into this. We have to do this for ourselves. We need to walk away from all of those people and stand up on our own 2 feet and start being grown-ups. How are we supposed to teach our children to be grown-ups when we parents aren't even grown-ups ourselves? Looking to some politician to solve all our problems for us instead of trying to solve them ourselves. Well, I don't want to go too long because I've been having trouble getting these videos up. So I'll be back with another video. Good luck. Have a nice day, folks.